Hey guys, so this is the Unit 3 Lesson 1-2 graded assignment review. So if you haven't completed this assignment or you were confused about completing the assignment and need to do your second attempt, this should help you work through some of the problems. Problem number 1 is available for you in your book on page 213. It is a select all that apply question, which means there's probably going to be more than one answer. There doesn't have to be, but it's probably going to be more than one. Use the diagram to determine which of the following statements must be true. So if we look at the graph, we need to be able to determine what's happening in the graph to know how to answer any of the questions that come from it. So if I go through and select some points, I can actually plot some points along these lines to help me determine what statements are true and false as I get to them. So I can see Priya's intersecting points. I can see Diego's intersecting points. Diego has many more intersecting points than Priya does when it comes to our data collection here. The next thing I need to do is understand how to calculate this axis, because I'm seeing that this axis is being counted using decimals, but yet this says time in hours. So time in hours, and my maximum amount of time in hours is 1. So if I know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, and I've broken them up into intervals of 10, because if I count these, it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means I have them in 10 intervals. 60 divided by 10 is 6, telling me that each mark here is 6 minutes. Each one of these marks is an additional 6 minutes, all the way up until we get to 60 minutes here. So that might have been a little tricky for you guys, and that could be why you were having some issues. So hopefully that clears that up. So on the selection of answers, it says Priya is traveling faster than Diego. Priya is traveling faster than Diego. If we look at our graph, is Priya going more miles than Diego in the same amount of time? So let's just pick one that we do know, 1 hour of time. 1 hour of time, Priya has traveled 5 miles, because if I go over here, I can see that this is 5 miles. This is where 5 would be. So it took Priya 1 hour to do 5 miles, but if I look at Diego's line, he hit 5 miles long before 1 hour. He hit 5 miles here, and that was roughly his 5 miles he hit at half an hour. So who's going faster if Diego did 5 miles in 30 minutes and Priya did 5 miles in 60 minutes? Well, this is clearly not going to be one of our answer choices, because Priya is not faster than Diego, which means Diego is traveling faster than Priya, making that a true statement. Priya jogs 4 miles an hour. Well, you just looked at Priya's time, which is 1 hour, and in 1 hour she did 5 miles, so that's not true. She did 5 miles in 1 hour, not 4 miles. Diego rode 5 miles in half an hour. So again, double check our point. So Diego at 5 miles had done that in 0.5 hours. 0.5 times 6 is 30 minutes. So 30 minutes, or 0.4, is actually the point for that location, but I'm saying that it's available to us at 30 minutes. So 0.5, sorry, 0.5. So at 0.5 and 5 miles, which is half an hour. So that is a true statement. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. A you pick blueberry farm, and this just means that you go to the farm and you pick the blueberries yourself. A you pick blueberry farm offers 6 pounds of blueberries for $16.50. So which 2 points must be solutions on this line to represent the relationship? Again, this problem is available to you in your book on page 213 if you need a paper version to look at. So what 2 points must be on this line? Well, 4, 12, I can't really tell where 4 is, but I can tell that this is 5. So 4 is going to be more than 412, I think. So that's not necessarily true. I don't know that that is exactly on that line. 0, 0, well, that is true. If I don't go and pick any blueberries, I'm not going to pay any money. So that has to be on there. 6 and 16.50. Well, according to the problem, I'm getting 6 pounds for 16.50. So that has to be on the line because that's the sale they're giving. 6 pounds, 16.50. So that would be the other point that's on there. 5 and 15. So 5 and 15. Again, I could estimate that, but I see that 12 to 24 is counting by 12. So I don't know that that is 5 and 15. So the only ones that really ring true to me are these 2 points. They have to be on that line because they're the only for sure points that I got from the question that tells me they have to be on that line. Question number 3. Use the diagram to answer the following questions. Again, available to you on book page 219. The tortoise and the hare. I'm sure some of you guys have heard that story as a child, but the tortoise and the hare are having a race, and the graph below shows the results. When the hare runs 16 miles, the tortoise has run 4 miles. So I already know that the tortoise has run 4 miles in the time that the hare ran 16 miles. So that means at 4, the hare has run 16, which is on this graph. And 4 is my x value. So 4 and 16 is a point that's going to be on this graph. For sure. And I can actually see, using the points that were given to me, that 2.5 and 10 are on there, and so is 1 and 4. So what is the equation for the relationship between the distance x the tortoise runs in miles for every y miles the hare or the rabbit runs? Well, again, in this relationship, we know that slope comes from y over x. And this is a proportional relationship because it's starting at 0 and because we're comparing the tortoise to the hare. So if that's the case, then all I have to do is take any of these measurements and put them in a relationship that shows the vertical distance over the horizontal distance. So the vertical over horizontal, or the y over the x. So this is my x value, this is my y value. So I can put 16 over 4, and then I can reduce it to 4 over 1, or just 4. So then the equation for this in a constant of proportionality situation here, because obviously there's a constant rate, the equation is y equals 4x, where y is your hare and x is your tortoise. 4 is the speed at which it's traveling, 4 to 1. So the ratio of the hare and the tortoise is 4 to 1. All right, hopefully this helped you out. Please make sure that you do complete your total assignment and submit it for a grade. And I will see you guys next class.